Welcome to Goal Line FC, and today we are looking at the greatest World Cup final ever. How good was it? Argentina and France had produced many legends over the generations. They've always been known for their amazing skill and overall grace when it comes to the football at the feet. In the latest World Cup final, both teams showed why the World Cup is the world's most illustrious tournament. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for our latest videos. All to play for. The twists and turns of the world's most unpredictable sports manifest in new ways. In the World Cup final, an Argentine team in immaculate form took on a French team on a pedestal they never left. It was the game of all games. One last stance with Messi and his Warriors versus a French team burgeoning with talent. So many injuries, but as a super team, they'd always find a way. When two stars collide, there's only one thing to expect: fireworks. The French national team's record-breaking resume is undeniable, but they are now showing a new ability, making loss never an option. The main cog in the super team was Griezmann, whose newfound levels to his already world-class abilities. He's found ways to combine tireless running with the magical creative spark. France had finished top of their group. They recorded victories against Poland, England and Morocco en route to the finals. They've done all these without having to leave fourth gear. On the other side of the divide was an Argentina team that could dream again. They'd been champions of the world 36 years ago and were in a position to finally win it. They were football royalty in their own right and had the team to prove it. The Argentine players were always known to be fighters for every inch of the pitch. They were in command of their immortal talent, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi was again putting up performances that made people rate him the greatest of all time. In both teams, there had been shining lights of who'd driven their teams to final glory. Undeniable talent of Kylian Mbappe against the aging brilliance of Lionel Messi. Sixes and sevens in a world of stardusts. Both teams, in their own right, were the world's best teams, but there could only be one world champion. To knock down the French from their pedestal, the Argentine players were prepared to give them all that they could handle, and then some more. While both teams seemed equally matched, every sign of equality between them quickly vanished as soon as the first whistle was blown. Just like they've shown all tournament long, the Argentines were prepared to go out and take over. The dominance that led to the Copa America win was displayed in full measure. The midfield quartet of McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, Rodrigo de Paul and Di Maria were creating a world of problems for the French to solve, ones they weren't prepared for. Finally, Argentina was rewarded for all of their dominance. In the 23rd minute, Di Maria, just like he'd done before, tied a couple of French players in a knot and ended up winning a penalty off Dembele. Guess who stepped up to take it? The great Lionel Messi. And, as you expect, he converted from the spot, sending Hugo Lloris the wrong way. Argentina continued to dominate as they had all game, and 13 short minutes later, they were 2-0 up after a terrific counter-attack. Even the great Messi did not dream of a start as magical as this. It was the stuff the best dreams were made of. Pulling the cog. In the entire first half, the French toiled all over the place and changes were needed or else they'd lose their title before they have the strength to fight back. So, Didier Deschamps made the tough decision. Remove his prize striker Giroud and the enigmatic Dembele, Thuram and Mouani were introduced into the game. Both players weren't entitled to feel hard done by as they simply hadn't made any positive impact all game. Perhaps there's one more substitution that needs mentioning. This was the substitution of Di Maria for Akana in the 60th minute. The French Revolution. It's never too late. The fight back. Dreams to nightmares. Before the 80th minute, the French team hadn't put up to 10 passes together the whole game. They hadn't played like champions for the 80 minutes straight and needed a miracle. But Mbappe was a miracle in equal measure. As he had done since coming on, Moane chased down a long ball, winning a penalty off Otamendi. Step up the man of the moment, Kylian Mbappe, as he guided a spot kick past Martinez. The game was on. The champions had to come to the fort, and in 97 seconds, they created magic once again. In a moment belonging to the archives, Mbappe scored an aerobatic effort. The score was level 2-2. The champions had come to the party, and they had come full time. The game highlighted the spirit the French have shown throughout the tournament. They always seem to find the strength to fight back. Argentina, who was cruising till that moment, were on the ropes. Lionel Messi's dream was becoming a nightmare. France, who had registered a single shot all game, had scored 2 goals in 97 seconds, and the Argentines were shell-shocked. The ghosts of 2014 had come to haunt them in the worst way possible. The game was on to extra time, and the Argentines' history with extra time wasn't the best. They had to find strength from somewhere. Extra time, extra drama. Argentina was in a place they'd fought all the game to not be in, while the French had them exactly where they wanted. The extra time continued as both teams looked to build on some sort of composure in the game. While both teams were pushing on, they knew they were a mistake away from losing the game. A few stray passes and missed chances later, the first half of extra time ended. The second half of extra time started as the first ended, with both teams feeling themselves out. A couple of passes left a cascade of chances for Argentina, and Messi scored another goal. The World Cup was within his grasp this time, and no one would deny him that. But Kylian Mbappe had other ideas. France worked a corner, resulting in a shot from Mbappe which came off the arm of an Argentine player. France had another penalty. Their reward for their willingness to keep plugging away. Mbappe stepped up once again, converting another spot kick. He had done what no player ever had. Scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He was in a galaxy of his own in that light. Before the final whistle, Martinez made the greatest save in Argentina's history. He rushed out to deny Moane a certain goal. Penalties, the ultimate test of nerves. After 90 minutes, full of the thrills, agony, and all human emotion possible, the final between France and Argentina was to take us to an emotional place further than we've ever been. Never has glory been so near, yet so far. The toss of a coin, the swing of a foot, and the dip of football could all determine the world champion for the next 4 years. For Argentina, it had been 3 long decades since they tasted victory. For France, it was 4 years ago in Russia, but you never get tired of success, do you? Unfortunately, the French came up short. Martinez, who had made the crucial last-minute save to drag Argentina to the penalty, continued his good work in penalties. He saved 2 French penalties to give Argentina the title. And it was done. Argentina triumphed. The 36-year wait was over. They were finally world champions again. A happy ending to a fairy tale career. After years of World Cup heartbreaks, Argentina could call themselves champions again. They had come a long way from losing their first game to the lowest ranked team in the competition. Lionel Scaloni, who got an interim job for 2 matches, had become a World Cup winning coach. Every player on the team became a hero, but one more than the others. The great Lionel Messi. His enigmatic figure that conjures magic every time he touches the ball deserved this trophy. Messi finally completed football and was now fit to sit with the greatest of the greats. For Messi, it was a happy ending to a fairy tale career. The French team as well seemed to grow stronger with every loss. For Mbappe, as a 23-year-old scoring a hat-trick in the final, he has a bright future ahead of him. It's clear that this experience would make him stronger. We'd see him dominate the world stage for more than a decade. While the French may have to reinvent themselves and how they play, one thing is for sure, they will be back. In the next 4 years, we will likely witness another showdown, with the footballing heavyweights coming to the fort again. But this final, France v Argentina, will always be remembered as not only the greatest final ever, but arguably the greatest game of all time. Did you enjoy this video? Is this the best World Cup final you've ever seen? Or what do you guys think of this World Cup? Where would you rank it? Let us know in the comment section below. Feel free to give a recommendation what videos you'd like to see next, and be sure to like and subscribe to keep an eye out for our latest videos. Until next time.